I just want to give another round of applause to some incredible leaders that we have up here. Thank you so much to our leaders in the state legislature, to Jimmy, to Ben, to Henry, to Laura. Thank you. And folks, I'm going to tell some tales out of school, because we're here to get some work done, and so we need to be honest with each other about what the challenges are that we're facing on getting this passed, right? So I need you to know how brave some of these legislators are actually being. Because we like to think that all of the progressives stand together on these fights, right? Well, the reality is that in Sacramento, we actually have some Democrats that aren't with us on this issue. And we have some progressive organizations that aren't with us on this issue. Some folks who want to win at any cost, who believe that it's okay if we trample a little bit on democracy as long as we get to the right outcome on the election or the right outcome on the bill. And I respect what they're fighting for, but it matters how we get there. And if this moment that we're in as a country right now, with President Trump in the White House and the attacks on our democracy at the federal level doesn't remind us of that, then I don't know what will. Because this is a moment when we truly have to stand up for our democracy, stand up for how we believe our government should work, and the fact that our government and our elected officials must be accountable to the people. And in California, we must lead the fight for that value. And we can't get there unless we have information, unless we have this kind of disclosure. We saw when President Trump came into office, one of the first things that happened was Twitter accounts came down, information came off websites. Information is power, and we have to have the information about who is paying for our elections. So I just want to salute Jimmy and Ben and all of the legislators who are here for having the commitment to our democracy and the bravery to stand up and fight for these values, even when they're not popular. And I want to also salute the advocacy organizations that are here and all of you who are part of that effort for fighting for those values. Because I've been in some rooms where I've said, but we're the Progressive Coalition, we have to support the DISCLOSE Act, and not everybody's there. So we have to, as a community, demand that fighting for our democracy is a core progressive value, just like fighting for immigrant communities, just like fighting for our environment, just like fighting for workers. Fighting for our democracy matters, because that's how everyone participates equally in our democracy. So thank you all. Thank you all for being a part of that fight. And I want to ask that when we get this passed, because we're getting it passed this year, that you take it one step further and you talk to your friends and your family and your neighbors, and you make sure that they look at the disclosure, at who's paying for what. Because if they don't look, they don't think about it when they vote, then our fight won't have gotten us to the finish line. So this is just one chapter in the fight, and I look forward to being with it in that fight with all of you until we get ultimately to the strongest possible democracy we can have. Thank you.